So he is one of the maybe everyone wants to find that age. It's not really a multi-lot, by the way. We're going to go to a third match here, which if you want to join us, the actually won the first match 16-6 as well. Against Envy, that was in Mirage. Now it's Envy 7 for an 8 push. They did look to a lot of Mirage as well. But playing close in the corner here with the M4 in hand, and picking up just the perfect timing into the position. And now the rest of the time, so they get actually one guy's running back against Happy, coming back to first position, but spraying down the second one forward, the kill as well, spraying great for LT. He's almost right around the second half, it's a huge shield out. 1 versus 3, a lot to ask for someone who's not had a very good game here. Right now, on that is something actually he's going to go for the win. Springs down and takes out one. And now he's season. He really wants to win, he's just not done it, just instead of the season. He's trying to turn this there, he's angles down, but even also you're trying to keep him together. This is so well played. Theo catches not the one, hits on the second man, though. Just barely gets back into the corner in time with 8 seconds left to get that ball flat. Now into the 1v1 we go. Taco, can he hold his own? Theo not gonna pull it off. And you can see the frustration, the 1v3 attempt, and it does it. He nearly does it. Honestly, that was super impressive. He was shooting us a very, very hard play, and he almost won it. Yeah, that's a very good sign. A little bit of a shame he couldn't do it, but from Luminosity's point of view, very good stuff there. He did come out of that round with all the beginning, and really good stuff. Now instead, they lose 4 people. So even though they win the round, I can tell it's double for Mars. Here's what we've got. Triple for Mars right now. Just to get ready to stop enemies. That's what Team Shiva did. He was around.
I didn't see that. Going to Hamas is also allowed to get kids. So they still got a pretty reasonable line of things in Hamas. This is hard. I mean, this is a hard anti-Russian set for us. We're getting all things. Being ready and waiting just in case there's a problem or faster. Like, towards that weak side, towards that plateau. Basically, focusing on that strategy of the series. There's back. There's his. That'd be a team they're going to feel lazy. They're going to start getting really over here. You know, they have damage to get it.
Certainly do. Monsters, we're going to have to stop ignoring that.
I like Wyvern more against Shadow Fiend. Although giving Dazzle Shadow Fiend OG seems kind of bad, I guess. I don't know. But they can just pick Wyvern if you pick Dazzle, so it's like trading which one you don't want.
Almost takes down right for the goal. That could have been horrific for Luminosity. And he has the ball when he's got 30 seconds.
There's going to be a flash completely ineffective. This Burke expects to make it around the court. No, he does not. Kenny removes his face. And again, another 1v1 coming into it, and I was hoping for him to go back to the MVP, but he knows he's done some great damage to Bold already. Bold on 14, now Kenny can't go for 8.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll still get the time to hold the pressure's on this one. Get that shot, Kenny barely held it, totally faced nobody for the line. Kenny instead would be the one to pick up the field, and really putting him in a fantastic position to close out this first map. It's hard to see that. The first map, as far as any of the teams, they've been right off the first
Team pick.
Very, very well played here. That's a big touch from Penny. Yes, to make out 1v1.
Win cow. Oh my god.
It's just weird to see Kenny probably off. This doesn't add up. This guy's the offer. Still showing how versatile offers that we haven't seen. It's go time, it's expert specialists. Now you gotta do it all. And you get a bit of a demonstration. Oh, Happy just really didn't have to hear it. It's just keeps on
Win.
man.
And it's great.
Body.
If you goes down now, it's still 3 people and
Motherfucker.
somewhere else. You have to get running to
What an unfun here.
ready to run into A. Big man. It's going to be for left and best they can do right now. Economy of NBA. All of them are like, these guys will cost the levels.
This is why he's hiding. Rather just waiting for him to bait somebody in Apex. Someone picks up money, so they don't get to the Apex. Well, they are closing it.
By the way, these kind of costs yeah, so can you like notification see more than an hour.
Dire team.
But justifying is I feel like your offers
This looks like a bo3 to make a rebound against the foot match. Very curious how that plays out. Just doing all your scores is competitive. I mean, it's still for because that's the attacking easy after the Frenchman.
Reserve
You don't think the girl is really Cold is going to slow it down early on here for AK. You can be able to actually.
Let's see, the push is going to start over on that egg side. They're going to run in, right down, all top one, and then shot. He's not going to get it happy. Lands it first, so there again. Once it's like, hey, my boss, and now that's just not one, but it's happy immediately.
Is he going to return finally? Really, every kill, not just at this point here. If Luminos teams get back in this game, then, you know, it's obviously going to be 14-8 here, but they need to have NPE going a lot for them to sort of catch up at some point. So, well, best case to see the right the negotiation is really important that NPK winning the wonderfully battle 14-8.
Reserve time.
Now this is big rounds. Just went to the legal help to get these rifles. They fallen. Not nice enough that they just over here because they have to force out.
Dire team.
Pressure here. And then, see if they can catch me. They easily want to call. They wanted to go to that peak so bad. It's that Tim trying to barely through off. I told him, look at the headshot. He's not going to get it. Hold there, shut him down.
He might be chasing a kill a bit too much for and missing a shot. It looks like it's going to be a very easy one. Might be a bit of a giveaway there, but was fine right now. Playing a little taco up in his fortress here. And actually, the almost going to kill a taco. Now they're in the lead once again. Very much so. It's full of dies. It's full. And it's been excellent. And the ball's very far back into it, but everything like it is right.
They're so thorough. That's so fun. So thorough that they're running in the line for Taco to boost it up to be able to get a free kill, boost the game, boost the damage. He's not getting one of those. I say that long period of time. Anybody recognizes that. Always going to be the last man alive. You're waiting to see if happens. Bomb is planning for enemy, and they're just so on point.
Team.
Doesn't really look like Luminous is going to go all time. Triple kill, great reaction from the
There's going to be at least a couple of back posts on the subreddit because that one. Yeah, okay.
just
So scary. Nice look back though. And it's now 15th round here for NB, so now we're looking for 7 straight rounds in a row here from those teams. This is the last one. 4, manage 7 to try and see if they can push it 7 No, right.
Reserve time.
now not giving up, but just lost. That's the thing. There's like, okay, we'll see what we can do. We work some great on a lot of whatever. Right now, we get till 3, we're giving AK over. Season 4, I think the next rifle, fire jump around Alice and Apex. There's the way. It's a little bit scary for him. I mean, there's a lot of close angles around here. Probably to worry about. I mean, into the open space, right? The broad open space, and the long space. And every angle, the shotgun is waiting.
Yeah, I mean, JW has already been ensuring all of Victor's roles about the possible to play well in the max step on this map. Apex opening up, this might be the final round for Apex, and they give it a shot, and there it is. It's going to 16-8 takeaway and lead, which means we're going to have the ties match split here, 1-1. Moving into the final map.
5
Wow,
seconds.
10 hour rather differently than we expected.
Yeah, this is a long. But I'm not going to say it.
Everyone was saying 2-0. Everybody said 2-0. Right from the get.
Yeah, that's just they don't know. That's why sometimes we should have this. We'll be able to say
The fuck? Twitch chat. They're animals.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team back. Team enemies turn to win. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
You're gonna intro when they come to us?
You're play-by-play, Brett.
Am I?
Yeah. I mean, I can do it. I don't care.
Huh?
I can do it.
Oh, you wanna do it?
I don't care.
Okay, you do it.
Okay.
You do it. Okay, I can do it.
Dude, I don't care.
Okay, then do it.
Alright.
I can do it too.
Neither of us are gonna say anything now. We're both just gonna sit there without saying a word. It's gonna cut
I
to.
think it goes into the game, by the way. In game.
What?
I think Dota TV can hear you.
Oh. Hello, Dota TV.
I don't know though.
First game, OG, British Empire, taken away.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, thank you very much, Sheba. We're going to be bringing you guys into Game 1 here in just a second. I really like the draft, actually, of OG. I just want to start off by saying that. I really like the Centaur pick. Excellent call from PPD. It's almost as if he plays this game at a decently high level.
That was a pretty sick prediction, actually. Like, regardless of how good a pick is, the fact that a team hasn't really played it, and he calls it in the first game they show it off. They didn't play it at all in Frankfurt, I think. Not a single time.
I thought they said they did play it at least once.
Oh, they did in Frankfurt? Really?
Maybe not. Who knows?
Oh.
But either way, they have played it in the past.
Sick call no matter what.
But I mean,
let's not take
he
anything
said. I think he said this yesterday on the panel. It's one of those heroes that you pick when the enemy doesn't have a lot of hard lockdown. because then your ulti is just that much more effective during the game. You just get free unit walking and then maximum movement speed. But OG going down here in forest, getting some pre-wards out before the clock hits 0. So I guess we're expecting a lot of emphasis to be put on this mid matchup. What can Miracle get out of the early game? He's going to be getting some stacks. Empire actually have a good team for contesting the woods as well.
It's going to be interesting to see. It's very similar to what Empire did play yesterday against Vega, and they did 2-0 them. So that's a team that has been causing OG problems. It was the only team they lost to in Frankfurt, I think, actually. Vega beat them twice. They lost to no one else.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm pretty sure. So the fact that Empire was able to beat them out 2-0 yesterday should give them quite a bit of confidence going into this. That said, though, I think OG definitely with comfort picks here. Of course, the teams have had more time to prepare. They know how OG play. They've seen so much footage of them that we'll see if Empire can put up a fight here. But I don't think anyone considers Empire the favorites going into this match.
No, probably not. But we've been surprised more than once already here at the ASRG Dream League, so I wouldn't put it past Empire to go for one more. Now, looking at the way the lanes are shaping up so far, the panel did mention the potential for OG to go aggressive with the PL. Luna not known for being the strongest of laners, especially against heroes like Bane and Undying. Probably some of the worst that you could actually deal with in this early game. But Empire do have a really strong, around the 15 to 20 minute timing with Luna getting her ultimate up. Same with Queen. You have very high burst damage. You can hopefully get an early mech here on Funnick and try to get some tier 1s with your Luna push.
Fly is being quite a bit annoying here to No Fear's Dazzle, just going to be zoning him away here, forcing out the Tango. He only has 2 left and pretty much no stat items or anything on this Dazzle. He bought the Ops Sentries and the Courier, I think. Just hard supporting for the team so Night Stalker could get his boots, and I think he's the hero to look out for here. Can Aloha Dance get something done even before the first nighttime would be very nice in this bottom lane, because they're going to need help, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is not a winning lane at all. And First Blood's actually going to happen top lane as Funnick dies solo under the tower. Moon with the stomp there. Didn't even look like he used double edge. Yeah, it wasn't even on cooldown, so he just died to his stomp and some auto attacks. I actually have... He must have like gone under the tower, gone for a CS, and the tower just happened to switch to him because like maybe one of his creeps died. Like that's the only way I can see you dying like that.
I don't know, maybe...
Even the observer didn't catch it, so it's like that was really random.
That was not a predictable kill whatsoever, and of course, Centaur, one of the heroes that really benefits a lot from getting a head start. This hero has ridiculous burst,
Resolution
out. And securing Miracle, good start. So far so good for OG. This is going to be a quick Blink Dagger for Moon, most likely, with that First Blood, and the fact that he will be getting Tranquils, I guess, first, so he can sustain pretty well against what the Darkseer puts out with the shells.
He gets First Blood in this lane, but does he actually win the lane? Like... The kill is something that I don't think should have ever happened, and on paper, I think Darkseer should win this pretty
for sure. Yeah, this is not a lane Centaur should win at all. But when you get a First Blood like this, you generally put yourself in a pretty good position. He's still being pressured by Funnick, though. Should keep in mind the kill happened so early that the actual experience turnover wasn't that high.
Yeah, I guess the one thing that's nice for Funnick is that in the straight-up 1v1, if you win, you probably think that crit is not going to be coming up to your lane very often. You're just not going to get any help from outside sources.
Mid lane, they're going to try 2 raises. Nightmare.
Not fast enough. Even with the turn time, Resolution's still able to get himself out, so...
Still force him back, or do they? No, he's going to send out a Salad. He's still 300 gold short of a bottle at minute 2.5. And Shadow Fiend with a good start here in the lane, of course. No stacks available just yet, since Bane was hard committed in the mid lane. Hearing a Mango used, he's trying again. This
he
time
doesn't
around,
have Surge. He's waiting for the double edge, but he has to get the last hit with it. I think he's just dead. Yeah. Oh, tower kills him. Alrighty. So in those types of situations as Centaur, you pretty much can't use double edge unless you're 100% sure it's going to kill the target. Otherwise, you just die in one auto attack. So
yeah,
he waited as long as he could have.
And they trade 1 for 1. Darkseer does get the experience. Even though he does that, he's still being out-leveled actually here by Moon Meander. But Funnick, all in all, is probably going to be okay with this trade. Getting back to lane at the same time. Got a bottle now. He'll be alright.
I think giving the Centaur like an easier laning phase, though, kind of makes your 5-man harder to use. Because say like Moon gets level 6 and a Blink Dagger, you know, minute like 13, 14, something like that after he has Tranquils. Then when you 5-man, there's actually a good way for OG to take team fights, because a Blink Stomp into a Stampede can set up Miracle to get a really nice Requiem. You can get in a position to drop a good Tombstone. There's so many nice things about having the ultimate with OG's team, because normally they're not that mobile. But having the Centaur ult early on in the Blink can be a huge boon for them.
Yeah, definitely. And it should be coming out at that time. It still doesn't look like Empire are interested in pressuring that much. Well, there's a little bit of a rotation here from the Night Stalker, but more than anything else. He's just looking to counter out the stacks. Very nice play here from Aloha Dance. This preventing the Shadow Fiend from getting a single stack for himself. It's a Nightmare onto Funnick. They could try for a double raise here, which will connect. Not only the one, actually, and now the turnaround's coming in. This is the Darkseer Night Stalker combo that PvD has talked so much about. Extremely strong during this first nighttime phase, and OG, they just overestimated their abilities really very clearly here, losing 1.5 core. Just Pain as a core in the early game almost, for absolutely no trade-off.
It was very fortunate that that Void actually interrupted the second raise, because otherwise I think if that hits, they probably don't get both kills. Or maybe they don't even get the one, who knows. But either way, Empire getting 2 really, really important kills actually, because up until this point, Resolution, he was not doing, wait a minute, he's actually not doing that bad. He's 18 and 11, compare that to Miracle's 20 and 6, and that's with Crit sitting around mid for quite a while now.
And without stacks, so this is definitely good enough for them. We've seen games where Miracle gets shut down early and comes back, but a lot of the time for OG is because they control their own jungle, and this time they haven't really been able to, so I think this is about the best start Empire could have hoped for, and I'm saying that when they got solo killed in their offlane, but Funnick has kind of pulled it back into a good position.
Yeah, he's still highest farmer as well, but that's expected, I suppose, as a Darkseer versus most 1v1 matchups.
Bottom lane, they're putting the pressure onto Silent. We'll be dropping the Tombstone here from Fly. It is level 2. There's the Stampede. They're just going to try to run them down. Good heal from No Fear, keeping him alive, but there is no grave. He doesn't have the mana and got nightmared by Crit, so OG with an aggressive play, committed a lot, but they got the key kill.
And I think that right now OG have a pretty good idea.
We're not done yet. Top lane, Moon, he does have a Mango and a one charge here if he wants to use it. Does get a double stun off very nicely, but kind of has to just try to run around the tower. No TP scroll available, no support available,
almost,
and no Stampede available. Almost getting the Night Stalker there. 5 health remains on Aloha Dance after that tower attack.
Yeah, very nice movement, recognizing that they just rotated a bunch of heroes bottom to kill the safe laner, so they can easily just go for that dive. No real problem, and Miracle is not that type of hero who's going to TP as a mid under a tier 1 like that, as a Shadow Fiend. It's way too dangerous against a Darkseer and a Night Stalker this early on. But for now, it's just a couple of kills going the way of Empire. The Luna's actually farming pretty much the same rate as the Shadow Fiend right now, and then Darkseer is edging out the Centaur a little bit. So in terms of the lane matchups, it's pretty even, but as you already mentioned, no stacks on the Shadow Fiend. That means that you're not going to have your mech timing. If Miracle even does that, he was playing Shadow Blade quite a bit the last time we saw him play.
I think it was a decent Shadow Blade game too. As we talked about, not very much hard lockdown on Empire's side, so you can get away with a greedy build like that and just try to, look for the Requiem solo kills on the Queen of Pain when she's split pushing. Same for the Luna farming in the jungle on Miracle. Being aggressive here again on Resolution. He's not going to let him have the raise combo though. Still pressuring him out of the lane, and now I'm very curious to see where this Quab goes. He goes back to base to heal up. Is there going to be a rotation for a gank, giving another hero the mid lane a bit, or...
I think the lanes are kind of out of position for it as well. And when you know Stampede's off cooldown, it's very hard to justify going for a tower dive. So I'm kind of wondering that myself. What does he actually do right now?
He's going to go back to mid. Looks like...
Oh, they're going to try to set up a kill on top of Stampede.
Yep, Miracle sitting on an Invis rune. He does not have Requiem of Souls, so they're going to need at least 2 raises to connect together with the combo of this Centaur, but looks like it's been communicated pretty well here from Empire.
Oh, did the ward spot the TP mid? I think that might have been what happened.
Not sure if it did, but we'll see if Moon Meander finds a way in here. Funnick seems to be playing pretty safe, but here's the go call. Goes in for the Stampede, hits the Stomp. Will they get the 2 raises? Yes, they actually only needed 1. Wow, so much damage coming out just from the right clicks here. At the same time, though, trade-off Fly was really far down.
Honestly, that's fine. They rotate 4 heroes to kill on dying, and you kill the offlaner. Like, that's more than worth, especially considering that's Empire's mech fire. Like, that hero needs his mech for their lineup to actually start to come online. Middle lane, crit, and a little bit of trouble here. Uses the Brain Sap, gonna go for the TP, toggles the Nightmare to ensure that he can get the Void. Here comes No Tail, though. TP reaction comes in, bottle charge being exchanged. The Sonic Wave will clip him on the back and eventually get the kill, so they do take down the Bane.
Yeah, nice play there from Empire. At the moment, regeneration will be claimed by Moon, but actually gets broken immediately by an attack from Resolution. So, at the very least for Moon Meander, he prevented that rune from going to the Queen of Pain, which obviously a great rune on her. Even though she does have Sonic Wave on cooldown, allows her to pressure out very far and maybe farm the stacks in her jungle. I do think there's a bit of a stack. Actually, no, they don't have any stacks either. Very unusual for this patch, actually, to have a game without any stacks at all.
I think the bottom lane was just so hard that No Fear didn't really have the time for it, and I think most of the time Aloha Dance was walking around trying to apply pressure of his own, so there wasn't really any room, I think, for either team to really get stacks going.
It's going to slow down a little bit now, probably for Empire. It is, of course, daytime. Their Night Stalker support is actually almost level 6, minute 9. That's about as good as it gets here for Aloha Dance. Has, of course, been involved in 5 kills now. Might be involved in the 6th, but it's not on the side of things that he was looking for. Fly with a good flank, Tombstone drop, and Moon Meander hits the combo. Easy pick.
What do you think about the skipping Crippling Fear in this game? I guess it's not like one of those games where you have to stop a support from casting spells, but against a hero like Bane, I figure it's pretty value. Even Shadow Fiend stopping raises and a Requiem can be quite nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if you look at the scaling of Hunter in the Night, the 5% move speed and 15 attack speed is more... The attack speed is way more relevant when you're playing core. So I would say in most cases we do see support Night Stalkers even sometimes go 1-1-1 build. And I agree this time around. I'm not sure why he didn't skill Crippling Fear. It's also exceptionally good against PL. If you catch him off guard,
Yeah, exactly.
no counterplay. So
I guess maybe since they don't have any hard catch, that it's hard to get in range to use a silence a lot of the time. Maybe sometimes they just walk away with a Stampede or something like that. Maybe not really too useful in that regard, but...
yeah. He has already got phase boots in the support position though, so even that minus 5% move speed, he still runs really, really fast at night.
He's got that Nightmare in 6 seconds. Looks like Funnick's not going to choose to chase much farther. He will eventually back off, but...
So far so good for Empire though. The game is completely even, and I think with their draft and the fact that there's an Undying Bane on the other side who are generally known to be really good lane dominators, they should be pretty happy with what they've managed to accomplish so far.
Yeah, when you get a Luna lineup that's not getting crushed in the laning phase, I think you're pretty pleased.
Darkness being used, nice juke from the Night Stalker, running from side to side, not getting crushed by Moon Meander. This is going to continue to grab some farm here, just farming with Void.
I guess the most relevant point in terms of when each team is going to start trying to be active is obviously Empire looking for nighttime. They're looking for the mech on the Darkseer, and then you compare that to the blink timing on the Centaur. And obviously, since Miracle is going mech this game, he's going to be looking for that too. So I suppose if mech and blink are done on OG, their teamfight should be about equal to, if not stronger than Empire's, I feel. Unless the Luna gets like a really nice Eclipse. That could be the game changer.
Yeah, Empire don't have the best single target, so it's kind of difficult for them to deal with the Shadow Fiend if he does get big. But their AoE is ridiculously good. Eclipse, if there's the right targets in the air. Oh, I'm hearing a Requiem. Okay, he's just playing with us. Cool. Thank you very much, Miracle, for that.
He actually randomly dropped a sentry in the woods to D-ward and didn't see the SF, so this has gone completely unscouted so far.
He's looking for a potential rotation down here to Silent, and if he lands this Requiem, even though it's only level 1, this is a one-shot, I think, on the Luna, at the very least, for sure, on the Dazzle. And they're looking for a Nightmare setup for it. Stampede first.
Oh, this is gonna hurt! Oh, okay, there we go.
That's a good spell.
TP down Aloha Dance.
Yeah, two raises as well. He combines onto No Fear. That's 2 kills for OG. Both of them on SF. Grip as well. Triple for Miracle. Very nicely executed by OG, and this is a tower as well. Just when we were saying things were looking good for Empire, the classic Miracle Invis rune on Shadow Fiend does it again.
I mean, the Stampede also helped out quite a bit, because it allowed Crit to get in range to throw the Nightmare so they would ensure the combo would land. And that's one of those things where not having scouted the Invis rune just means that there's no way you can foresee that play coming, right? You're just going to lose the hero.
Mid lane Resolution, taking some good damage, forcing out the Haste rune here. Is Moon Meander. Almost, with one more attack and a double edge, he could have killed Resolution there, but didn't have the time to get that last swing in. Still, holds his tower in good condition, has the money for the blink after they got that tower bottom. And OG's game plan is going to start coming together. And my question now is, what are Empire going to do when Roshan comes up soon? Because it's 100% clear that OG will be going for it soon. It's just their playstyle. They'll get the mech, look for Roche. They have Tombstone to fight around the Roche pit. It's level 4 already on the Undying. I don't know if Empire can actually do anything about it.
Well, you already mentioned that they have really good AoE damage. I think if you can get a nice back, maybe cliff a hero or two, that could be one way you...
Oh, their smoke is going to be in vain here. It gets broken, or maybe not, actually. They get themselves into a good position. Good Tombstone, but the back wall blowing him up, and they should have more than enough time to take this Tombstone out, or maybe not. It's only Resolution hitting it. Miracle could be in for a raise here. Doesn't get it off, but the Tombstone zombies are still chasing down at least Funnick. Here comes Moon Meander. Good stomp into double edge, and they're going to have to disengage with the Stampede, though. Mechanism from Funnick turning that around. A couple of high ground raises from Miracle. That's going to be the end of it. 2 for none for Empire. Good stuff.
Yeah, cutting their losses, at least OG being able to retreat with the use of the Stampede. And this game is, like you mentioned, is dead even. Like, any Roshan fight or one big push can just completely crack the game open for one team. I think it's very easy for OG's lineup to get out of control when you have a hero like PL. Even with the amount of AoE that Empire have in the late game, not only the PL but the Shadow Fiend are going to become very difficult to deal with. So I still think that if either team is on the clock, it's actually Empire. Because late game Centaur with Aghanims, you have insane damage reduction. You're going to have the PL and the Shadow Fiends. I mean, Shadow Fiend's most certainly going to buy BKB. And then Empire's lineup falls off pretty hard, I feel.
Yeah, that's a good point. They definitely need to
Fortified.
perform right now, but knowing that these key cooldowns are down, and maybe OG just feel like they can take this tower. They have the mech available in 5 seconds. Soul Rip's going to help out a little bit too. Tombstone is ready. No wall and no Sonic Wave is probably enough here for OG to just claim this. Good read on the situation. Is still back out and maybe allow for a deny. No, Miracle should be getting it here.
Radiant's middle tower.
And now what's next? Silent split pushing bottom is going to be thwarted here by No-Tail's TP. They're still sticking around. They're kind of making a fake play here, OG.
I guess Roshan's now available as well. If they want to linger around a bit, maybe drop a ward or two and then back off. But they have a lot of vision near the river.
They want Empire to think that they're rushing. This is a good setup.
The old fake back.
Looks like Empire aren't taking it though. This smoke from Moon actually gonna break.
Luna night vision, yeah. Just spotted the Shadow Fiend, so they're onto it now.
And then they're like, okay, our fake didn't work. Let's just go Rosh anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's no risk really, right? Like you're basically doing it for only a net game. If they come and fight you, you probably win the fight inside of the woods. So then you get that, and then the Roshan afterwards, and then otherwise you could just get Rosh anyway. So there's no real risk.
Sentra being planted by Fly, preparing to make sure there's no vision in the area for the enemy. No-Tail scouting it out here with a doppelganger. And they're getting in position. What is the play from Empire? They've smoked up everyone apart from the Dazzle here. He's counter-pushing mid lane, now rotating over. Ping already coming out from OG. They have read the situation. They know this is going to be happening.
They're not full health.
What is the response going to be? Night Stalker running in on crit, already dropping the Void, but there's no silence as we talked about. Now he's just getting himself into a really bad position. He's going to die before we even get started. Good Sonic Wave, though, onto Moon. Back wall is going to hit too. Requiem getting cancelled here by Miracle. This time he will complete it together with the Lance out on Resolution. He's also Fiend Script from the high ground by crit. The Shallow Grave is nice. Can he get out? The one charges are there, but he gets Nightmared up. Still will be getting it off. Miracle with a great rune, and once again, what a surprise. Got a haste rune here. We'll be getting that kill. Running away from Funnick, barely surviving with the bottle. Moon Meander also finding a kill on No Fear on the sideline, and now Funnick, he doesn't have his surge ready. They will be collapsing here onto Silent, doing whatever damage he can. Is it going to be enough? No. OG's crit, it's really, really low. Actually, all their heroes are ridiculously low. Finally, Empire get one kill as the Night Stalker has respawned with the duration of this fight, finding the Void kill onto the SF. In turn, killing his Darkseer teammate with the Death Requiem.
I'm pretty sure if that Night Stalker had silence during the fight, it would have been a much, much different exchange. Like, walking into that hero, and then only getting a one-man Sonic Wave, like, Resolution threw it out, maybe expecting Funnick to use the vacuum a little bit sooner, maybe hit a really big combo and try to turn their fight in their favor, but as soon as they waste their AoE, and they don't at least kill one or two heroes or get them low, OG will win that fight every single time. He's alright.
Alright, playing it on the edge here.
I mean, you've seen him well die with Meepo, right? Like, that guy is a master of aggro toggling.
That's true.
But yeah, I feel Empire, they just wanted to try to bait Aloha Dance a bit, hope that OG were grouping up a little bit more, but they did a really good job of spacing out the fight. I think Aloha Dance is definitely going to be kicking himself for a skill build this game, though.
Yeah, to me.
I mean, he has it now, but I mean, you didn't give away Roshan to OG, which is good, so killing Miracle at the end was the saving grace, because if that hero stays alive, there is always a potential that OG can kill it, even though a few of them are a little bit low.
I think you might have still given it away. Sonic Wave's on cooldown for another 30. It's daytime. Night Stalker does not have darkness ready. This fight for Empire is actually harder to take than the previous one, and OG identifying this will just be going into the pit once more. Fly. Gonna be using that Flesh Golem for the amplified damage onto Roshan, a really underestimated, or underappreciated, I should say, ability for killing Roshan. Just look at how fast OG are going about this. And Empire, they're trying to rotate in Funnick. They're gonna use Stampede here to try to scare him away. Looks like it is fairly successful. Actually, it was also for engaging top lane Silent. At the same time this is going on, it's almost getting soloed up by Moon Meander. He can blink in a moment. Will he even need it? No, he won't. Gets the double edge off. Kill on Luna, kill on Roshan. They're running down as well onto No Fear. He does not have a TP. No Fear, no TP, no life soon to be. He can't get out of this. Will be able to use the Grave to at least delay his death, but actually some decent damage flowing out here onto No-Tail, but No-Tail bigger than No Fear. 2 kills in a row for absolutely no trade-off.
Yeah, Funnick's gonna be able to get himself out here in the meantime, so he'll be safe, but I guess in terms of high ground defense, Empire is okay, but I don't think that OG are the kind of team that are going to give anything up once they've established map dominance, you know? You can have these heroes split up, that's the nice thing about them. The PL is very hard to catch. The Shadow Fiend is going to be pretty much in the same boat. Miracle just bought something. What did he buy? Okay, so it looks like he's going for a Manta style.
Yep.
So he's going to have Manta on top of Mech. If he wants to go back for something like Scotty or Butterfly, anything really, there's not really a bad item I feel you could buy in this game for that hero.
It's a good multi-purpose Manta game, right? You can. Yeah. It counters Eclipse pretty well. It's good against Nice Dr. Silence. Solid choice, I think, from Miracle.
Yeah, it's not bad. He doesn't need the BKB right now. Like some games of Shadow Fiend, you feel like you need it to live, but in this game he definitely doesn't, and that's again due to the lack of catch that Empire actually have, and no real hard disable.
And his net worth is really high. This is a classic Miracle game. Actually, a decent aggressive weave here coming out from No Fear. But just look at Moonmanor just being a wall in the front. He's gone for a pipe. The caster's favorite item of all time. We always talk about teams should be buying once in a while at least.
And it did get buffed too. So,
yeah, it did.
I mean, it was a while ago now, but I mean, it's so seldom that we actually see pipe purchase that it warrants talking about.
Yeah.
Because the extra 10% mitigation on magical damage, the aura that it now gives in conjunction with the on-use effect is a pretty big deal.
And it's such a good item on Centaur. Reducing the damage you take from Double Edge yourself is actually a really big deal.
You can actually flash farm with a pipe.
Yep.
Because Double Edge doesn't cost any mana. So you have Tranquil Boots, you have pipe regen, you can just hit creeps.
Mm-hmm. It's not hitting any right now though. We'll be letting No Tail farm. There's actually nobody wants the jungle. All right, well. Finally, Moonmanor does this. Okay.
For Luna. Yeah, they might have known that Silent had been in the area previously, but he's just sitting in the trees right now. So.
And this is an interesting play from OG. They're basically faking them again. They've got 3 heroes pushing mid, but Empire are like they're not going to do this without 5. Well, they are. So if Silent does move out here onto the lane, he could be in trouble against No Tail. Now there are 4 heroes mid, No Tail top, no Boots of Travel, so they could technically try for a 5-on-4 mid, but they're actually just the team fight potential of OG is just too much to overcome right now.
Resolution's got level 2 Sonic Wave and an Aghanims, but they don't feel like it's quite enough damage. Like 440 damage sounds like a lot, but Moon has 1500 health.
Funnick wants to pull this wave down. He needs to be careful he doesn't go out too far. Fiend Script is available here for crit. I'm actually just going to send in Miracle with a couple of punches, realizing that this might be a bait.
I think they're just trying to bait Miracle, actually. And Empire are not falling for it right now.
See, alright. Aloha Dance did get spotted by Moon. He's going to ping him out. Pretty good aggressive ward they've placed here. No, the sentry from No Fear just not reaching that observer.
I like this play though, because OG could have very easily gone for Aloha Dance there. They could have popped Stampede, caught him with a stun, and then tried to go for a kill, but instead they play it the safe way, gonna go for the tier 2 top instead. No Tail's been pushing the lane out. There's no reason for them to take a risk, because they know in the ultra late game, if they don't make any mistake, they should still win.
Yeah. This tower will be going down as well, and there's no real trade in sight. Resolution doing what he can in the bottom lane. He's actually had a decent game on Quap so far, 3-1-3, good farm, but doesn't really have the tools right now. We'll be pushing out the wave. Oh, actually just blinking away here. And, alright, did Miracle really want to do this? Nah.
I mean, he does have some.
Just raising.
Yeah.
He could send the Manta style on the tower for a little bit of chip damage, but he's keeping it defensively just in case a fight breaks out. Big item alert now for No Tail. He's got the full Diffusal Blade in base together with the Yasha in his inventory. He's starting to scale really hard, and Empire, after losing all this map control, gotta start getting desperate at some point soon. They have to make something happen.
They're really looking for a Wombo combo, right? Like that's the only way back into the game. Is like a Vac into Queen ulti and like a good Eclipse. That's how you actually win an engagement. And since OG only have pipe, no BKBs just yet, I guess there's a small chance for that happening. But otherwise, you mentioned earlier, they just don't have the single target damage. So killing the Shadow Fiend and the Centaur, that's like less of a likelihood. So just going for the AoE, maybe killing the supports, like taking out the Undying and the Bane very quickly can be a way to win. But otherwise, I think they are just in dire straits right now. It's a very rough game.
What do you think Moonmeander is going for with this Ring of Health? I'm just looking at the potential options of what he can get. There's
Crimson's not bad, right?
Crimson, Lotus Orb.
Oh, Lotus is pretty
Linkins, Refresher is actually an item on this hero after you get Axe, but...
Yeah, you need the mana pool.
Yeah.
So you definitely cannot use Refresher with 500 mana. That is not the play.
Well, Stampede is cheap, but...
That's true. His spell cost is pretty low, but Refresher is not cheap.
If you want to use your pipe too, you're kind of screwed. Yeah. So.
I don't know, I like actually...
Alright, it's Crimson.
Yeah, Crimson or Lotus. Both are good.
Crimson against the Glaives is great, so...
Yep.
Agree with that. It's still a decent item to. Oh, wait a second. We might be in trouble here for Moon Manor. This could be a big team fight breaking out, but it looks like OG will get the better opening here. Aloha Dance gets a void off, and that's pretty much the end of the fight. Just getting caught out there. Good play by Empire to back off. They would have been slaughtered for sure in this fight.
Yeah, this Luna is so poor. Like, we haven't really talked much about Silent because, well, truthfully, he hasn't had much of an impact. But sometimes you just pick Luna and the enemy team goes aggressive against you, and you don't have anything to fall back on.
Oh, this smoke is gonna come to fruition, it seems.
Oh,
Silent is mega dead, gets bursted down by full combo from Moon, Brain Sap as well as a Lance. And at the same time, top lane, Miracle and Resolution having a bit of fun. I think Miracle's having more fun than Resolution is. That's because he's playing the Shadow Fiend. That's a lot of fun, generally minute 24.
Yep.
Almost with the BKB. That's got to be the high ground play call from OG. They get the BKB, they get an Aegis, and then it's go time.
I'm not even sure if he needed to buy BKB yet. I mean, it's a safe choice, like you said, if you're going to actually crack tier 3s.
Oh, vacuum. Good damage from Funnick. Nice blink, too. We're getting out, but ultimately has to TP away.
Yeah.
Oh, he has the BKB already. I thought he needed a component. Oh, yeah, all right. He's Shadow Fiend.
He's
so
Shadow
he
Fiend,
pretty
yeah.
long.
Yeah. If you think he needs gold, he doesn't. He has the item. It's like watching Alchemist, but ranged, pretty much. He just gets gold.
That's actually a really good point.
Yeah. Alright, Moon. Kind of getting caught out here. Does have Stampede available. Doesn't look like Funnick wants to go, though.
Use the pipe. It's a decently long cooldown, so at least they bait that out 1 minute.
He pretty much has Crimson completed, too. So they're going to have the BKB timing with the Crimson and Pipe completely done. Like, they actually just don't have the damage to kill heroes anymore, I feel.
It is very, very difficult for Empire to deal with this OG lineup right now. To find some sort of magical solution. I'm not sure which hero it's going to come from. The Aghanim Scepter almost complete on Night Stalker, but vision is not really the biggest problem. Even if they see it and they get the perfect gauge, like you said, can they even kill the heroes? Bottom lane, we're going to have a stomp onto Funnick, the Fiend Script as well. Lucent Beam immediately cast here by Silent. Nice defensive play. Back wall from Funnick, also pretty good here. Nightmare, aggressive Earn Charge. He's still going to get healed up by the stick. That's the longest Phantom Lance I've ever seen in my life, and the Illusion will get the kill. And with that Darkseer out of the picture and back wall expended for pretty much very little outcome, it's a big problem. Yeah, this is a decent Eclipse, but there's just so much more in the tank for OG. They use the pipe, they use the BKB, they're all still pretty healthy. GG. Absolutely overrunning Empire. 26 minutes is all it took, and that was after we said Empire actually had a pretty good early game.
Yeah.
That got ugly real quick.
I think there's one thing that we can look at this game and say, this is where Empire kind of struggled. If you look at the laning phase, it was Luna Dazzle against an Undying PL. And normally you think double melee is not that bad, but Undying is great at bullying lanes, dominating. Any creep stacking of his own, so Silent didn't have anything to farm, and Empire focused a lot on the Darkseer Night Stalker combination together. So Aloha Dance was always running around with Funnick, trying to make things happen. But that just left Silent out to dry. Like, he had no health, got ganked multiple times. There was just nothing really he could do to get himself back into the game. And since